going to get into this Cowboys game against the Giants. And the one thing that you really notice on tape is just how well offensively that everything worked. The plan that they had, the plan of attack, how they were going to. I started watching them try and run the ball with Pollard. I know we talked about that a little earlier. When everybody gets their all-22, you're going to see he's going to have some opportunities of some holes. They blocked this week better up front than the previous weeks that we've seen where they've struggled with the running game. I think with Pollard, I worry a little bit about what he's seeing up front because there's some times where, and I get it. There was a particular play where it was only like a 3-yard gain, but the play was really blocked more like it could have been a 7-yard gain or maybe even more. They pull the backside guys. They're going to pull Smith and they're going to pull Broaddus. Schoonmaker gets stalemated at the front at the point of attack to the right. So they're trying to push the ball to the right. Broaddus gets knocked off. Smith gets knocked off. So now there's really the blocking is just kind of bad, all muddied at the point. But backside, if he just cuts the ball, and we've seen Pollard do this before, where he takes the ball and plants his foot and then cuts back, you're going to see a couple of different times where things were opened up in the middle for him and he could have made that cut. So the running game could have really improved. I wonder if we're going to start to see a little bit more of Rico Dowdle in some of these games where it's going to be more of a split on the – because with Dowdle, he's not hesitating at all.
No.
He sees that whatever
north and south,
whatever hole there is, he's going in. And the Cowboy game has really struggled running the football. But here's an opportunity. They blocked it up pretty well a couple different times. Something's going on with Pollard that he's just not seeing the holes well enough. Mm-hmm. Because and you'll watch the end zone copy and you'll be like, okay, here we go. This is where the ball needed to hit, and Pollard's been able to make people miss. On the flip play, Dowdle, they blocked that thing. I don't know. Tyron Smith went the wrong way.
Yeah.
The flip play that went 21 yards with Dowdle, and he was able, to get Ojulari to get up the field, and then he went just right by him. But
it was great. It was just boom.
It was
stick and go.
But you got everybody blocked up.
They were flowing. The movement,
everything was good. Tyron Smith went the wrong way. So
really?
Everybody flows to the left. Tyron Smith goes right.
Wow.
And it's like Broaddus is coming down, and he hits Tyron Smith. He hits him and knocks him up to the second level where he gets a block. So, here you are.
Fortuitous.
It was one of those things where you're kind of like, okay, maybe Tyron Smith doesn't get to practice all the time now, and they're running the play. He runs it as the play was going right. Everybody else runs it to the left. But then you get a Rico Dowdle who runs it for 21 yards because he makes guys miss, and that's what he's been able to do.
Sure has.
He's been able to find ways. He's running with some physicality. He's been able to make some guys miss. And so, that's why I think you might see a little bit more of him. Okay, the Cooks touchdown. This is the
I would
one.
do it 2-1 in favor of Dowdle. It was that stark. It was that big.
Remember last year at this time?
I'm only putting Pollard in to give Dowdle a break at this point.
See, remember last year it was funny. We were just because it was a yard and a half different. It was completely flipped.
Yeah. I don't know if Pollard is hurt still or he's just not hungry. I don't know what it is, but he is not running fast.
I think there is a lot of pressure on him with this running game.
I could see that.
And it's getting to him.
I could see that.
I really do. I mean, now I'll tell you what, his blitz pickup stuff, his pass blocking, and I know you don't pay him $10 million a year to pass block.
No, but
that's what you pay Steele and all those
games.
But the reason he would be on the field, one of the reasons is the guy does understand how to do that. He's got that awareness. But it's clear that handing the ball to Pollard and handing the ball to Dowdle is completely different, especially if things aren't clean. There used to be a time where Pollard would make people miss, and he hasn't been able to make as many miss this time around. And so that's something that we'll keep an eye on as it goes forward. The Cooks touchdown, the 10-yard touchdown that Cooks had, this is one I want to give Dak Prescott a lot of credit on because it's a really good read by Prescott understanding matchups. And remember earlier I was talking about when you have a situation where previous administrations wouldn't take advantage of the opponent. When they saw, okay, here's a matchup that we need to go after. This is somebody we need to attack. And this case was with what Cooks was able to do. He's going to run a corner route on Flott, who is the nickel that we talked about that's really struggled during the year. Okay, this is something that, he did have an interception. Dak didn't see him all that well. I'm not going to get into the interception part of it, but the thing about it, that Cooks on Flott on this route, on this touchdown route, Tolbert is going to run what we call a pivot. He's going to go inside and then run out, but he's going to get covered on the play. And then Ferguson tries to run. Remember when Jason Witten used to run that route up the middle of the field where he would nod inside,
yes,
like he was going to take it inside or maybe settle down? He's going to nod it.
Little
shoulder fake. They tried the same thing. Ferguson tries the same thing, and then he gets covered as well. So here he is. He's trying to release. He's up the field, but he's covered as well on the play. Cooks is the only one in the route with separation, and Dak did a really good job. It was funny because the Giants on the play, the Giants rushed only 2 on the play, which means they dropped 9. So Dak, there was that, when we talk about the old clog and cover, that was clog and cover right there. But Dak was able to sort everything out. He saw Cooks on the corner, and he was able to get the separation, threw the ball right to him. So great job by Dak making that happen right there. I mean, it was as pretty as
he
you're
put on
get.
A show all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many great passes.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what, though, it was. There was a lot of really nice passes. I want to talk about the goal line stop before my last bit of time here that I got left.
Yeah.
Not the Cowboys get the goal line stop, and the Giants got them on a goal line stop, but this was a great job by Jonathan Hankins, because Pugh, the guard, is going to try and get up on him and hit him square, and next thing you know, it's like Hankins just dispatches Pugh, just throws him aside. And he's now square on the line. Barkley's got nowhere to run, but then you got Tank is screaming from his left end spot down inside. So he's kind of collapsing the play. He takes on Barkley. So you got Hankins, you've got Lawrence, you got both those guys sitting right there in the hole. It's nowhere to go. It's a 4th and 2. They're going to try and run that thing in. No chance at all. Stop there at the line of scrimmage. Great job by both those guys playing run defense. It was a really nice game for Hankins inside. And we talked about what Mozzie Smith was doing. Mozzie Smith had a couple of plays, back-to-back plays. One of them where he was a little bit late off the ball, and it kind of fell into his lap a little bit there. But he was able to make the play. So really good job. Overall, really a nice win. Anytime you get a division win, it's good. But the offense, especially with the way that they tacked, the protection was much better. The way they attacked the Giants secondary, the Giants had really no chance to cover anything that you're doing with the combinations of the routes and stuff that were run.
Whooped them.